Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am coming to you with my review on Love After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 2, The $12,000 Lie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been with me for the long haul, thank you very much. This particular episode of Love After Lockup was okay. We didn't really find out a lot of things about the couples, but we found out enough to go ahead on and drag them tonight. So I'm hoping that you are ready in the comment sections in the live feed. Thank you so much to everybody who is live with your auntie tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button when you come into the room so that I know that you're here, and so does YouTube. So anyway, we're going to go on and we're going to talk directly after this review. I will be doing 90 Day Fiance, so stick around for that because I'm sure that we all have plenty to talk about those mofos. So the first couple that I would like to talk about is Brittany and Marcelino. Okay, this is a new couple that we have been introduced to. Marcelino is, basically an individual who is in a love relationship with another prisoner. Basically, he's in love with Brittany. Brittany is a four-time over felon, okay? Four times. And Marcelino himself has been in the military. Thank you so much for the super chat. He has been in the military and also in jail himself. He believes that it is his duty, okay, to not only get that booty, but to rehabilitate female prisoners. Now, I don't know where he got that from, but this is what he believes is his job. He decided that he was going to abstain from having, and he has successfully done so for over a year. He says that he is waiting for Brittany to come out of jail. I'm just going to be sliding down, scrolling down because I had to take some notes about these mofos, okay? He says that he wants to make sure that Brittany does not go back to jail. And so we're like, okay, well, we're hoping that she doesn't go back to jail either. Okay? We're all rooting for her. Just one second. Forgot to do, I'm always forgetting to plug up. Get it together, Auntie, get it together. Plugged out. Okay. And so basically, he has been writing her for a year. This is the time that he's decided that, he's going to abstain from any type of activity. And so he said that he has spent in a total of 11 hours with Brittany over the last 3 months. We see him basically talking up to his friend, and his friend is like, how'd you meet her? Basically, he met her on one of the data prisoner sites and or dating sites, and he basically, fell in love with this woman. His friend is telling him, she's a prison bae, and basically, you don't really know this woman, you haven't spent any time with her, and he's convinced that this is his life partner, and it is going to be basically his job, so to prevent her from going back to jail. He says that his friend asked him, why is she in jail, and he says, well, what time, so basically the friend is like, what? It's, she's basically in jail right now for robbery and conspiracy. And his friend says basically, she's Bonnie, are you going to be the Clyde? He says no. He believes that there is some potential to her. He believes that he's going to be the one to rehab her. And we're going to have to wait around to see. He said basically, she's dealt with women in the past, and he doesn't know whether or not she's going to be interested in dealing with women again when she gets back out, but he's thinking that he's the one who's going to, make her straight. And I'm saying, I don't know about all of that, because you know what, I'm not going to even go there. He says every Friday he basically calls her from the outside of the jail. So we see him driving to the jail, and he's got his hand, in the gate, and he calls her and he tells her to open up her blinds, like this is, some type of Romeo and Juliet or something like that. And basically, he's delusional, deranged, and strange, in my opinion. Basically he stands out there and he's crying. He's a military man, and he got this mantra that, basically he's not going to leave her behind. And he becomes emotional about this crazy woman. And I'm saying to myself, okay, you know what? Everybody got a dream, and if that's your dream, you live your best dream, boo, because you are delusional if you think that something's going to come out of this. The next person I want to talk about is Clint. Clint, is basically at his mother's house. He's a cult. His mother is, giving him a credit card and basically telling him, don't spend everything on your credit card. He says that his mother brought him, tickets to fly out to, get this woman out of jail and everything. And she gave it to him as a birthday gift. Bitch, don't you ever buy me tickets to go and see a prisoner for my birthday. Like, I don't need that kind of birthday gift. You understand what I'm saying? Buy me rubies, diamonds, and pearls. But bitch, don't buy me an airline ticket to go and visit a convict, okay? Basically a felon. But he, it just seems a little off to me. It doesn't seem like, all the elevators, you know what I'm saying? It just, yeah. Yeah, it's something wrong with his ass too. And so basically, his mom ask him, are you 100% sure that this is the woman that you want to be with? He says, no, mom, I'm not 100% sure. I'm 110% sure that this is the woman that I want to be with. And he says he's been saving for months for this trip, because basically he's going to fly out there, stay in a hotel. He's going to marry her and everything. And, he's just, he's sad. He's really a sad person. I don't want to drag him because there's obvious... It's obvious that there is something wrong with him. I want to drag the dog, out of him, but I can't. You understand what I'm saying? There's really something wrong with Clint. And allegedly, the wife that was sitting at the table when we saw him first episode, she was in prison as well. So it just seems like these are just the kind of women that he's attracted to. I think that a lot of these people have that a rescue mentality. And rescue people, and let me tell you something. I will basically try to save a hoe. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna save a hoe to the point where I'm writing somebody and having all these fantasies about who I believe that you're going to be. No, I see you for who you are, and so, and you don't even have to show me who you are. I can do that and manage that on my own. And so, basically, his dad comes in, and, the mother's happily married. The mother's really concerned about Clint and about him being used. And, and she tells him, make sure you don't spend all of your money, boo-boo, at the McDonald's getting a Happy Meal for this woman. And basically the mother's like, there's so many good girls out there who would love to be with my son. Well, evidently that's not happening, Captain, because your son is sitting home allegedly at nighttime, you know what I'm saying, searching the internet for prison babes. So I don't think that he's running on all cylinders. I don't think that women are attracted to him, because the moment he opens up his mofo mouth, you automatically understand that you got a whole kid that you're going to have to be be able to take care of. He said he brought her, a diamond ring. The mother had it tucked up in the drawer and everything. He said he spent $2,100 on it. The father said it's cute and everything. And they just pacify this damn behavior out of this big ass baby. And I'm just saying, you know what? This is not going to be good. This is not, this is not going to turn out good. And like I said, Merry Christmas, Auntie and cousins. Thank you so much, sweetie. I think it's Nadine Beaumont. I think that's who that is. I don't have my glasses on, so I can barely see, but I do see it enough to say thank you. And Merry Christmas to you too, and to everybody else. And so, I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, this is one crazy mofo, and unfortunately, we're going to have to watch this crazy ride that he's going to take us on. The next couple that I want to talk about is Scott and Lizzie. We basically see Scott, he's basically, it's a day to go and pick Lizzie up from the jail. As we remember last season when Scotty went to go and pick Lizzie up from the jail, he got there, she had, basically was caught with some drugs and everything, the drugs that allegedly Scott was supplying to her. And, he vomited on the side of the road because, he was in just so much trauma and shock at finding out that she wasn't going to be released. But this time it looked like it's really happened. We see Adam laying back on the sofa, and Adam basically feels like Lizzie is taking advantage of his father. And so Jasmine comes to the house and everything because she's going to ride out there. Thank you so much, Dejanay, hey boo, for the $6.99 cash app. What did you say underneath it? Auntie, please help us find Scott's tooth. Okay. Okay. And so, basically, Jasmine comes to the house and everything, and she's like, the last time that I got a hug from my mother, I was 8 years old. And, now here it is, I'm 18, 19 years old, and I'm going to pick my mother up from jail. And, you can hear in her voice that, she's really optimistic about it, but she's a realist at the same time. She realizes that her mother is probably not any better. She doesn't like the relationship between Scott and Lizzie. She doesn't like how he enabled her mother continue to be, on drugs and everything. And so, she comes to the house and everything, and she's trying to put on her best foot, keep her face together and everything, because she's like, okay, at this point, I just want my mother to come home. And if this is the vessel that, God is going to use to, get my mother up on her feet for right now, just for right now, for this hour, for this moment, for this minute, then I'm going to go head on with it. And so basically, he introduces, her to his son, Adam. And she's like, he's like, that's going to be your brother. And Jasmine's looking like, bitch, I didn't... What? This is some foolishness right here. But again, she humbles herself. She keeps her mouth quiet, because at this point now, she just got to do what she got to do. And I understand doing what you have to do. And so then basically, we see Jasmine, going through the motions. She's riding in the car and everything. And her whole thing is, basically, I don't want my mother to go back in. I don't want my mom to go back in. And here's the thing. If Scott was supplying her, allegedly drugs while she was in prison, or at least the money to buy the drugs while she was in prison, what is going to prevent Scott from doing that now that she's out of prison? If this woman has not beat her drug habit while she was behind bars, then she's in trouble being with somebody like this. Because you know what? Some people have made comments in my comment section indicating that they believe that he's an alcoholic and possibly a drug addict himself. And I'm just, I'm trying to, keep my opinion about that down, on the low. But, certain signs are just kind of turning to, that this... And so basically, all the family meets up and everything, and, Adam really he believes that Lizzie is using his father, and Lizzie doesn't have to use his father. All Lizzie has to do is ask. Scott understood and said that he knows about, her tricks, and he was a trick from the beginning. So there's nothing, Adam, I apologize, I know you out here, but there's nothing about Lizzie's relationship with your dad that is hidden or undercover. Your dad is fully aware that he is being used, okay? So basically, we see them, going over to the jail. Scott has his apprehension. Jasmine has hers. Adam has his. Scott is like, he doesn't know if she's going to flip on him. He doesn't know if she's going to be a different person when she gets out. Nobody knows that. That's everybody's worst fear. And so basically, he's really concerned too, because he's like, I ran out of money. I've been billing her out of this and billing her out of that. I've spent $90,000 on this relationship. And I don't know whether or not, she's going to be happy, because she's accustomed to asking me for anything that she wants, and I just give it to her. So basically, we see, them standing across the street. Lizzie runs over, basically she gets out. She's anxious. She got a little pink, outfit on. She runs over. She jumps up into Scott's arm, and Scott can't hold the weight. You understand what I'm saying? Scott is an old mofo. You. And so they both go tumbling down in the grass and everything, and she's kissing Scott in his mouth, and he ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? He basically was looking like, a scarecrow, a corpse in the, in the field, in the cornfield. And, and so, Jasmine and Adam are basically standing there, and Scott is, he got the wind knocked out of his ass. And so Lizzie is saying, you were supposed to catch me. You were supposed to catch me. Hell, Scott ain't catching your ass. Scott can't even catch his own self. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, we see them reunited and everything, for the first time, because he's been dating this woman in prison for 3 years, and he's never, got a hug or anything from this, you know what I'm saying? And so she's enthusiastic and everything. She hugs Jasmine. She says that, basically she wants to create a better life with Jasmine. She wants to, make up for lost time. Jasmine, basically was living with her mother while she went away. And, and then she hugs Adam and everything, and Adam's a little stiff. So, basically, she says it was a complete rush. It was psychedelically crazy. And I'm saying, what was psychedelic? I mean, you can tell she's been on in it since the 70s, because, we don't do psychedelic anymore. We don't do polychromatic. We don't do that anymore. We don't talk about psychedelic, funkadelic, you know what I'm saying, parliament, funk, you know what I'm saying? That's gone, boo-boo. You're going to have to catch up, all right? Because we doing Meek Mills and all them kind of type of people, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce. Catch up with the times, because we're not doing, you know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. The mothership is not landing anymore, okay? It's not landing anymore. So basically, she's like, it was, a rush to kiss him and everything. And it's so, I'm just like, okay. So basically, they get in the car and they getting ready to ride off and do what they do with the whoop whoop and the boop boop. And Scott was like, wait a minute, my tooth. I ain't got my tooth. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, they was like, what? He was like, my tooth. When you jumped up on me like that, knocked me on the ground, I was choking up on I was choking up off my teeth and everything. And so they was like, all right, let's get out the car. So all of these mofos are standing out there in the cornfield thinking that they're going to be able to find a tooth in the middle of a, come on now. Stop it with this stuff. And so they out there looking for the tooth. And, Scott said, over 15 years, I haven't had to feel like I needed to impress anybody. So I never got my mofo teeth fixed, not even for myself. Everything that I do is basically, for a woman, for some type of rhyme or reason, other than just fixing myself up because I need to fix myself up. So basically, Lizzie's like, give me a kiss. And, so he tries to kiss her. She said, no, give me a real kiss. And the kiss was so awkward. It was so awkward. And I don't know if it was awkward like that because his teeth, his little chiclet was on the ground or whatever. And I was like, somebody go and find that chiclet. Because if you just got the one, the one tooth and everything, I'm just like, this is disgusting. I mean, all the way around, I hope that Scott get the happiness that he want. I just don't see it for him. When you're losing your tooth like that, it's a bad sign, of things to come. I mean, you can't even keep your teeth in your mouth. I'm just saying you're a lost cause from the beginning. So basically, they go on off and they go on off. The next person I want to talk about is this crazy girl. What is the child's name? Matt and Caitlyn. Caitlyn, you got to be a certain special mofo to seek out an individual that's in prison. And she basically tells us, y'all, that she was in love with him after the fourth piece of meal. Love at the fourth piece of meal. What kind of... She is so happy that Matt is coming home. We see her packing again. This time she's going with her girlfriend Kelly. Kelly and Kelly's boyfriend and Matt were cellmates, okay? If they won't run in a scam, okay? So basically, Kelly is feeling some kind of way. Because she like, you new to the game, but I'm true to the game. I've been dating him for a long time. I still got another 4 years for this mofo. This mofo doing hard time. So basically, she wants to reach across and smack the dog mess out of, her girlfriend's mouth, out of Caitlyn's mouth. And Caitlyn like, pump your brakes and everything, pump your brakes, okay, whatever. They serve time. It don't make a difference if one is longer than the other one. And so she's like, no, that it does make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm basically true to the game. I've been schooling you about everything. You got your little man coming out. And she was like, basically he been in there, a couple of times. But her man in there for hard time. Oh my God. So they on their way to the hotel, okay? Because they got to, Caitlyn wants to get up early in the morning. She wants to make sure that she's there when Matt gets out. And so, they basically stayed in the hotel together. Kelly plans on seeing her boyfriend, during visiting hours the next day. So, it is what it is with them, right? So, but basically, Caitlyn is confident that Matt is going to change. Now, this mofo done froze up. Why the hell it froze up? I don't know why it froze up. But I tell you what, I'm going to keep on talking. And you know what? It's just going to have to be frozen on the screen because I am not going to stop doing what I'm doing with the woo whoop and the boo 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 because the screen's frozen. Hopefully y'all enjoy my makeup and my necklace and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to keep it pushing up here on Auntie's channel, okay? So Caitlyn is at the hotel, and everything. And she gets up in the morning. She's telling her girlfriend, you go head on and go to, lay in the bed, stay here. I'm going to go and get my boo. So she goes over there, to get the boo. She drives up there. She goes to the intercom. She all excited and everything, fanatic and acting all crazy. And basically, she's like, okay, girl, let me tell you, I'm just excited to be here. So she pushes the buzzer. She asks them, tell them what inmate she's coming to get and everything. And they like, oh, okay, cool. Your inmate is, your inmate gonna be ready. Come on up and pull up. So she's like, okay, where I pull up to? Basically ain't nothing but, a gate, barbed wire, and a big old jail. So she's like, okay. So she pulls up and everything, and she's all excited. She sees 2 officers coming towards her. They coming towards her and everything, and she's like, okay, what the hell is going on? So basically, they like, what you doing up here? You want to move your vehicle. And she was like, okay, but I'm coming up to pick up Matt. And so, basically, I just buzzed on the intercom. They told me that Matt was going to be ready. And I'm not understanding why Matt is not going to be ready. And they was like, because we're going to release him to the community. And they like, what you mean you're going to release him to the community? What does that mean? And they was like, bitch, we ain't telling you what that means. Take your vehicle, move your vehicle out, and you go on about your business, and we'll drop him off to the community. She was like, well, wait, I came here to pick him up. You gonna drop him on the other side? And they was like, we ain't telling you anything. Now, what I did not understand that, if the girl is coming here to get the man, she done already got buzzed in and everything, why would you be rude to her and tell her you don't know where you gonna drop him off and you're not gonna tell her anything like that? And so I'm like, Lieutenant, come on, now, do you got anybody over top of you? Because I thought it was really rude of him to act the way that he acted. And so basically, she drives away in the car. She's all upset. She's crying and everything. Because at this point, she's like, I came up here to see Matt. I'm excited. I ain't got no drawers on. I want him to grab my butt cheeks and all of that kind of stuff. So, basically for her, her world is coming to an end. The last couple that I want to talk to while I'm frozen up on this mofo, okay, is Micheal and Megan and Sara. Okay, Megan is a dumbass. Megan, we see Megan cotton freaking in a bridal store. She's trying on wedding dresses, okay, with her 2 girlfriends. She comes out with the wedding dress, and her friends ask her, if she's excited about having sex, since she quote unquote allegedly is a virgin. And so, basically, she said, I want to have sex with him because, I love him and everything. On the other side of town, okay, in New York, we see Sara. doing the same damn thing with her grandmother and her girlfriend, okay? Megan is trying on wedding dresses because basically she wants to have a wedding ceremony with her boy Michael too, who happens to be Megan's boyfriend. How you figure that? So basically, the both of them on two sides of the world, okay, are dating and engaged to the same person. Megan's friends are trying to tell Megan, look, there's some red signs. You don't know this man. You're getting ready to give up your virginity to him. You're flying out to, oh my God, you're flying out to be with him and everything. She thinks she's going to be a baby mama. She thinks she's going to be able to, do all of this stuff with the baby. No, boo, 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 boo. Wrong answer, boo. So anyway, basically, she's telling her friends, her friends are saying, look, you've never had sex with him. He's been in prison for quite some time. You need to ask him, is he going to be tested? And she's like, I'm not worrying about him being tested. Hell, if I wouldn't be, I would be worried about this mofo getting tested. So basically, she says that Michael is open and honest with her and she trusts him. She says she doesn't work, if she can't trust him, then the relationship is not going to work. And, basically, she sits there and she tells her girlfriends that she done spent $12,000 in phone calls to this mofo. Her girlfriend said, you could have had a car, you could have had this, you could have had that. And she's like, yeah, I know I could have had that, but you know what? Sitting on the phone, I needed him. I've never really wanted and desired to have somebody touch me, hold me, feel me. Like, girl, are you... And the thing about it is, Megan is not an ugly girl. She's not an ugly girl at all. And so I don't understand why her self-esteem is so low and in the gutter over some guy that she talks to for $12,000. You done brought the D. But the thing about it is you brought somebody else's D. Because now we find out from from Sara, who's standing up there, basically in a wedding dress, says she got a secret that her mofo, she's already married to the mofo. Yup, you heard me. Sara is already married to Michael. The only thing that she's doing is going through a ceremony. She said that this mofo has cheated on her numerous times. This was an issue in their relationship. And still, and yes, she's going to take time out of her life and everybody else's life to marry this mofo again or to have a ceremony with him. What she don't realize is that when she gets to the jail, Megan ass is going to be standing there at the jail. And I'm telling you, it's going to be the fight and the argument of the century. I'm here for it. I'm living for it. And I'm just like, this is horrible. This is horrible. And she's been keeping this secret from her family since this mofo been in jail. They even show pictures of her marrying him in a jail ceremony. How desperate can the two of these women be that they would give their freedom away to some man like that? See, the thing about it is, a young woman, you can't get them years back. Once you give those years away, they're gone, okay? They're in the toilet. You never can get that back. And then what are you saying to your daughter? Now, I understand Sara more so than I do Megan, because Sara was dating him before he went into jail. And so, she's trying to be that long-suffering, faithful, ride-or-die wife, okay, because she's wifey. So I understand her more so than I understand Megan, who is spending out all this money. You spending money, boo, to talk to him on the phone, probably putting it on the card or whatever, and he's probably using that money to talk to Sara. If I had to rate this episode, I absolutely would rate this episode a C, because I didn't think it was that great. I think it covers some things. It's leading us, leading us into what's going to happen soon. But for right now, I think it's still dragging, and I'm hoping that it gets a little better. Thank you all so much for sticking out here with your auntie while the screen froze. I don't know what the hell is going on and why it's freezing or why it's frozen, but I appreciate you all being here. And for everybody who came in for the instant replay, for the replay of the video, please pardon that it has frozen. I have no control over what is happening tonight. But anyway, I love you all so much, and if I don't talk to you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I love you all to pieces. Stay tuned for 90 Day Fiance coming up next.